What do you think? Should I keep this? Alright. Can't forget that. With my beard going on. Let's just forget that Scotty didn't realize he hit the button and was recording while checking out his beard. This is the official restart of my ABC review series. I started this earlier this year and got sidetracked by a bunch of bullshit. And bar from 3 videos that I'm going to do, there's really nothing else that I have left to do this year. I gotta do a Scotty TV episode, just talking about stuff that's gonna happen in the new year, which will include the 2 videos I'll talk about in that video, the other 2 videos. But we're gonna start with the letter A. And if you don't know, it's Annihilation, starring Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac, Tessa Thompson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and look right at her, Gina Rodriguez. Tells the story of a woman whose husband went on an expedition a year earlier, and it's feared that he has died or went missing in action. When he shows up at their house and ends up, bleeding and stuff, and he's, be taken to the hospital when these government vehicles show up and take him away along with Lena, the woman, and they discover that something came to Earth a few years earlier and landed in this lighthouse. Kill Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. I gotta keep a straight face. That's a different movie. But landed in a lighthouse and has created what they call the Shimmer. Excuse me, I got my nose. Hold on. I hate leaving the freaking. I got a booger playing peekaboo in my nose hole. There. Better than me sniffing for the whole review, right? Let's try it again. So, a female-led exposition led by Jennifer Jason Leigh's character is going into the Shimmer to figure out what exactly is going on. So, history, of course. I've seen this movie before, and if you don't know or remember, I have a poster in my bedroom, right here. See? You see it right there? Poster. It's kind of dark in here. It's right there. It's right. Can you see it? Sort of. Hold on, let me turn on the light. There we go. That's Rhonda. There it is. There it is. Poster I got from the movie theater back when the movie theater was still working. But that poster, obviously I wouldn't take it unless I didn't like the movie. And yes, upgrades right next to it. And you may see that movie being reviewed at some point in the near future. But so this came out in 2018. It's directed by Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina, which I haven't seen yet. But maybe eventually I'll look it up. But so I didn't interested in this at all when it came out. And then in the Facebook groups and people on follow on the YouTubes, they're talking about it, like Drum Dums and Chris Stockman. And then that we're talking about it. So you have to see this movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You have to see this movie. So when it came out on Blu-ray, I bought it right away. And I put it in right away. This is one of those movies that's hard to explain because things happen and you don't know exactly if what you're seeing is what's happened. I mean, this is a weird movie. I have had it in the horror section for a while, but it's more sci-fi. I think I'm gonna move away from my horror shelf and put it on the regular shelf out here. But yeah. So like I said, Natalie Portman plays Lena. Her husband Kane, that's gotta be Kane, has gone missing. Been gone for a year. He went on this expedition, and he couldn't tell anything about it. And he shows up. She's worried about him, and he shows up. And she gives him a glass of water, and he starts bleeding. And they go to take him to the hospital. But government vehicles show up and take him and Lena away to a place called the Southern Reach, which is the secret government program designed to monitor this. Apparently, a meteor landed a few years earlier on Earth and is creating this shimmer, as they call it. And this is 2018, but I don't understand how no one knew there was a meteor anywhere, because every time a meteor comes close to Earth, there's a comet. We're gonna be close to Earth. Come around next week. It's always reported on Facebook and stuff, so I don't understand. I don't really know. Maybe the government had a tight knit. I don't know, but yes. So, she's introduced to the people of this expedition. I don't remember the names, but Jennifer Jason Leigh is the head of this. She's a psychiatrist or something. And then you have Tessa Thompson, and you have Gina Rodriguez, and another actress whose name I don't know. Is it, oh, good God. Tuva Novini? Is that a name? I don't know. Maybe. But, yeah. And, Oscar Isaac is on the cover of this, but he's barely in this thing. He's at the beginning here. There's flashbacks, but he's not a major character. He doesn't show up at the last minute to help. He's not. We see flashback stuff. I guess he could be on the cover, but I don't know. But, yeah, so they're all going to go in, and Lena wants to go in too. And so she goes in. It's all female crew because it was an all male crew that went in last time, and I think that's going to make a difference. Okay. Humans are humans. I don't think it matters if it's a Y or X chromosome. Who knows? They go in there, and let me tell you something. The cinematography, the way this film looks is how do I explain it? Bambi on crack. It's like somebody dropped acid in your Asian tea, and now you're seeing all this wonderful color stuff. It's fantastic. The animals have mutated. The wildlife is mutated. They have a encounter with a mutated crocodile that has a second set of teeth like a shark, so it's mutating. And if there's one thing I'm going to criticize here, it's that the fifth member of their team, assumedly played by the young lady whose name I can't pronounce, was she necessary? Because she's there, and then that night she's eaten she's attacked by a bear creature, and taken away, and they find her dead. So why was she there? She doesn't do anything. Just saying. But yeah, and I like the way the bear looks. That's pretty cool. But they find a compound that the team was in, and they discover footage showing that It's not only the animals and the trees and stuff that are having their cells changed, it's humans. We see a video of Kane. That's gotta be Kane. Yes, I'm gonna keep doing that. And he's cut open one of the other guys, and the insides, like his, what do you call it? What are the long things? I can't think of the name. Not esophagus. You have a small intestine. His intestines are moving by themselves. So something is turning them, and they comment later about fingerprints are moving or something. I don't know. But, yeah. And this really puts Lena on edge because if they find out that's her husband, the Ventress, that's Jennifer Jason Leigh's character's name, and it makes me think of Star Wars, and hello, Natalie Portman. But, because there's Ventress with 2 S's at the end, but she, doesn't say anything, and they don't say anything. She's the only one that knows. I'm the only person that knows. Let's talk about the flashbacks quick, because there's flashbacks. Lena keeps having dreams and flashbacks to her life with Kane and everything, and then we see one where she's having sex, because there's no nudity for Natalie Portman in this movie. We just see her pack. But then it pans down to who she's having sex with, and it's her colleague, and it's like, why was that necessary? Why do we need to know that she's banging her colleague from work? The only thing I can think of is because it seems to indicate that Kane, takes this position with the team because she did that. Because he wants to get away, he has nothing left. The themes of self-destruction are prevalent in this movie, to me. They each had their old... the way the Ventress explains it, we drink, we smoke, we do stuff to ourselves that we one of them, I think it was the one whose name I can pronounce, she was a cutter. Another one used to be like an addict. Ventress has cancer, so she's just going for it. She has nothing left to lose, so there's that. And even later, which we'll get to, there is that self-destruction type thing that happens. But, so yes. Then eventually, when Anya, that Gina Rodriguez's character's name, she finds the locket with Kane's picture, and they all wake up tied and bound and gagged to chairs. And she starts freaking out. Again, this is nothing that wasn't really needed. I've said this a million times about movies like this. In a movie where you have an unknown entity that could be your villain or an antagonist, you don't need human antagonists. You don't need to have this, can they coexist kind of mentality. But we have to do this because, if she had just said, hey, that's my husband, but he's, and again, he was trying, he cut open that guy, but he's trying to show them proof, right? He's trying to show proof. It's not like, I don't know. She freaks out, and then they hear the voice of the chick whose name I can't pronounce yelling out, help me, but it's a creature who has taken her voice, I guess. And it kills Anya and, attaches itself to, I think, Tessa Thompson's character. And they're able to get free and away from the thing. And they decide they're going to go full. They, we want to go back, but they're like, no, the best, Natalie Portman's character, Lena, is like, the best way is to just follow the coast. And we can get back out that way, going around. But, she wants to see what's at this lighthouse. And then Ventress just sort of disappears. And we're left with the other two. And then Tessa Thompson gives up and becomes a plant person. And we see a bunch of plant people in the gardens. Okay? So then we go to the lighthouse. He goes in, and there is a burnt out person, a skeleton, just sitting there. And she looks at the camera that's sitting there on a tripod, not unlike mine. And it's Kane. That's gotta be Kane. He set himself on fire. So I had to make that. I will set myself on fire. But yeah, he's talking to someone. And he says, I don't know. Am I you? Are you me? What, I don't know what is real anymore. And he says, if you get out, find Lena, and you hear a voice, not too dissimilar to his, I will. And then you see it's him, the one that she found. So it's not really her husband that they came to her, he said. And then the real Kane explodes himself, and he goes poof. He sets himself on fire. He uses the flash grenade and kills himself. So Lena decides to crawl down into the hole where the meteor landed, where she finds Ventress, and she explodes into this weird stuff. The only thing I can think of is that it tried to assimilate her, like it does to Lena later, but because of her cancer, they couldn't copy it completely, so it just exploded her. Because something else forms, and her, like, Lena's blood is mixed into it, which I think is what happened with Ventress, but it didn't, because of her cancer, it couldn't copy her or something, it just exploded her. I don't know. But she runs out, and she sees she has a double now. It's not a double, it's like a weird metallic double type thing. It starts to assimilate her facial features. And the one thing I can think of is that Kane and Lena don't wait for it to finish all the way. I think it finished all the way with Ventress, but because of her cancer, it couldn't assimilate her and it exploded. I think that's what it was. I'm just saying. Who knows? But, yeah, so it starts to look like her, and she grabs another flash grenade, just so happened to hit it on the wall, and she activates it, and the thing tries to assimilate the fire, but doesn't work, and it explodes, causing the shimmer to fall down, I guess, and everything to just go away. And this whole thing is framed by a narration from Lena, because they found her and she's missing for 4 days. But when they get there, there's when they first arrive, there's like a weird time flux thing where they say they're 3 or 4 days. Wait, so there must be 3 days out now, and then just a day passed, and this is the same day, and she walked out there. Who knows? But so they say that the guy talking to her says that they sent someone out there. Shimmer is gone, and the lighthouse is ashes. So, yep, it's dead. But we get a cliffhanger here that never. We'll get to that. Never comes back. But she goes to see Kane, and she goes, "You're not really Kane, are you?" And he goes, "No, I don't think I am." And he goes, "Are you Lena?" She doesn't say anything. And then they hug, and you can see his eyes shimmer, and then her eyes shimmer. Now here's the problem. We know for a fact he's a double, but from what we saw, she wasn't. But we do see in footage and stuff that place is changing your DNA. So even if she was completely taken over, she might have that DNA in her. Like the changes in DNA might already happen. So the answers. Are you Kane? No. He's not Kane. He's a double. Is she Lena? Yes. And no. She's Lena, but she's a changed Lena. And when I first saw this, I thought, that is a good cliffhanger for a sequel. Which we never got. This came out in 2018. It's now almost 2022. And we got nothing. I was pretty sure they were setting up for a sequel or something. The way they set that up, no. But I'm still baffled, because, like, why do you do a cliffhanger like that with the shimmering eyes if you're not going to follow it up? I mean, this is in the day and age where everything is there to set up a sequel at some point. You just leave a little bit just in case you want to set up a sequel. I mean, the Fortress movie with Bruce Willis, that just came out. They're already planning 2 more like that escape room thing, but not escape room, escape plan movies with Stallone. But I don't know. Which I will do the sequels for eventually, but regardless, this is a fantastic film. I think Alex Garland did a great job. The actors all did a great job. And bar from a few nitpicky things like the whole affair storyline, and Gina Rodriguez's character Anya turning on them for seemingly no reason other than, oh, it was your husband in the videos. But he didn't really do anything wrong in those videos. He was showing people that people were changing. Not like you saw him murdering people. Just saying. Maybe they did. I don't know. I was at work watching this, so who knows. But when it comes to Annihilation, I have to say it's pretty good. So there we go. We have re-kicked off my ABC review series. Next is B. Letter B. It's not a B movie. Trust me. But it is an 80s classic. But till then, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.